The choices we make determine the outcome of our reality. In this first clip, you see Tom killing himself. The sacrificing that he made to protect his family was truly amazing. Literally down to the point where he stayed back to make sure no one would follow his wife and kids. Death also seemed to follow, even if the reason was for helping another person. As seen in this clip, Douglas' wife is seen helping Mallory because of her circumstances, which was her being pregnant. Douglas' wife had to face the consequences of her action, even though those consequences were fatal. Throughout the movie, Mallory gets hit with a series of serious roadblocks. The first thing that happened to her was the passing of her sister. Fate decides for her to die. It brings up the question, why didn't Mallory commit suicide or Tom, since they were both exposed to the outside world? The decision to die is when you give up, and that is when you lose yourself. In the next two scenes, Douglas is being killed by Gary, a man that was let into the safe house blindly by a desperate Olympia. Olympia's decisions to let Gary in the house tore the house apart. She not only put herself and other adults in danger by her own child, and Mallory was at that. Gary ended up killing Douglas and Cheryl, but as I said, that was a fate chosen by the character and no one else. Stupidity is displayed even when Cheryl dies. All could have been avoided if Olympia wasn't so selfish and let fear take over where her brain is supposed to be. Charlie's death was nothing but a sacrifice. He chose to put everyone else's life over his. He decided that it was important for Mallory and others to live following the incident where he dies in. It may not seem as though all this is going through his head at the moment, but before he uses his body to force the guy out of the way, you can see it in his face. That is what fear looks like. But he did not let fear take over his mind. He knew he had to do, hence choosing his own fate. This is nowhere close to an accident, but as the movie goes on, you see as though Charlie's death was in vain, pending all the stupid decisions that followed his death. This is another example of a character who had control of their fate and used their last chance to stay alive to protect others. It was Greg's idea to use the cameras that were transmitting a live feed around the house. His idea was that the images of the camera was not direct and instead use a color system so he wouldn't see anything like the creatures. He was warned of the mistake that he was about to make. His death was a cause of bravery, and for his bravery, they know there wasn't a loophole around seeing the creatures. The theme of death was a common occurrence in the movie. The roads we pick and the paths we go down will always have a consequence. In Bird Box, you see this being proved, as everyone in the story never had a bright idea that doesn't lead to being killed or hurt. This movie also teaches you not to take the choices that you are making lightly. As proven by Olympia, the slightest sign of weakness can cause a major problem. In instances like this, you have to stay calm and stay strong for you and the sake of everyone else.